Welcome, travelers of the unknown. This is the Cosmic Radio Podcast, and I'm your host, Asher Knight, broadcasting live from somewhere in the folds of time and frequency, just past the edge of understanding. Tonight's transmission is for the curious, the wanderers, the listeners who know something isn't quite right, who've looked into the mirror and asked, "What am I really?" Because tonight, we ask a forbidden question. What if we, humans, aren't beings in the way we think of beings, but containers? And what if the visitors, the ones watching us from the skies, don't see us as life forms, but as vessels? The alien anthropologists. In more than one alleged contact case, abductees report something strange. The extraterrestrials didn't seem interested in our bodies. They didn't study our organs or our biology in the usual sense. Instead, they focused on our consciousness. They scanned the head, the heart, the frequency of our being, almost as if they were inspecting what was inside, not the machine that carried it. In 1978, an anonymous military contractor claimed in a leaked interview that one of the reasons for reverse engineering alien tech wasn't propulsion, it was soul analysis. Allegedly, recovered craft contained what they called soul frequency stabilizers, a device to preserve and transfer non-physical intelligence. You see, to them, we are not the body, we are the flame inside the lantern. And the lantern, they believe, was genetically engineered long ago to host something ancient, something eternal. Segment 2, The Blueprint of Humanity. Seed codes. If we are containers, then what is being stored? This brings us to a concept buried in legends across time and cultures, the seed codes. According to esoteric traditions from the Sumerians to the Dogon tribe of Mali, there are whispers of a genetic backup, a kind of cosmic zip file stored not in a vault, but in a hidden layer of DNA and myth. A code that contains everything necessary to rebuild humanity if we were ever destroyed. It's not science fiction. In modern terms, we know DNA carries data, terabytes of it. The question is, who originally wrote that data? Ancient texts speak of gods descending from the sky, Enki and Enlil from Sumerian tablets, who shaped humans from clay. The Book of Enoch talks of watchers who descended unto the daughters of man. The Hopi speak of previous worlds destroyed and reborn. Is it possible the seed codes are hidden in these stories? Encrypted blueprints for our mind, body, and soul, waiting for activation, waiting to reboot the system? The containers and the purpose. Let's imagine you're not a human being in the traditional sense. You're a receptacle, a sophisticated biomechanical construct designed to host something not of this world. A consciousness, a spark, a soul. Call it what you like. It's the only part of you that transcends space and time. Alien visitors may not come to invade, enslave, or even study us. They may be coming to monitor the condition of the cargo, to observe the light within, maybe even to recover it. Reports from deep regressions and so-called soul recall therapy claim that many of us, yes, possibly even you, listener, have been here before. Not just in a past life, but in different forms, on different worlds. If that's true, then the seed code isn't just physical, it's multidimensional. It's written not in ATCG, but in vibration, intention, memory, and light. Segment 4, What happens if we're wiped out? Let's go darker. Let's say something terrible happens. War, plague, environmental collapse. The human species as we know it is extinguished. The physical containers, the bodies, gone. What happens to the light inside? Some believe the Earth, or the fabric of reality itself, would detect this collapse and trigger a failsafe. The seed codes, hidden in frequency, myth, or even in the resonant cavities of Earth's own structure, would reactivate. Perhaps they are stored in ancient obelisks, or encoded in sound, or entangled in quantum particles scattered across the stars. A new host would be grown, the blueprint would be read, the cycle would begin again. Not because of evolution, not because of chance, but because this is the program, this is the protocol. We are not accidents of biology, we are deliberate architecture. Final transmission, open lines to the unknown. So, what does it mean if aliens see us not as people but as vessels? It challenges everything religion, science, identity. But maybe, just maybe, it answers the questions we've never been brave enough to ask. Why do we dream of other worlds? Why do we feel connected to stars we've never touched? Why do some of us remember things that never happened here? Perhaps, dear traveler, it's because your light has been here and elsewhere before. Tonight, let's leave that question hanging in the dark between us. And if you're out there, an experiencer, a thinker, a vessel, you're not alone. We're all tuning into the same signal, whether we know it or not. You've been listening to the Cosmic Radio Podcast. I'm Asher Knight. If the signal ever cuts out, follow the code, follow the light. Until next time, stay curious and stay aware.